Yeah, we're up. Hello, everyone. We're
Hello.
gonna do
Hello.
modules now, cause we need to do them. So let's
Yes,
start.
because everyone's been asking. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with iframes.
This is overrated in my opinion because it does not block the damage on the initial hit. So if you get this to proc, you've already taken significant damage, and you have iframes. You have built-in invulnerability frames on yourself, and you take health damage. So usually this isn't that good. It sounds better than it is. It still has good impact, but generally speaking, if you take like an ion shot or like a sniper shot, this does nothing for you. And against stuff like chrono troopers or spam bullets, this is okay, but you still take significant amounts of damage, and you still also have built-in iframes, so it's not even as impactful, it would seem, because you already have like half a second of iframes when you take health damage.
Yeah, so it's overall just not needed because it's outclassed by everything else that Riot Guard and Breacher has.
In terms of defenses, yeah,
Yes,
this is
yes, they
not
just
like
don't
the
need it. They don't need it.
yeah,
It's
it's just low impact most of the time. It used to be good when it was 6 seconds, but now it's 12 seconds. Just fucking oof.
doesn't worth it anymore. Okay, let's go to the next one because there's nothing to say.
This has a lot of okay. Warm up is a late game scaling module. This does nothing for you early game, and I would say it does nothing for you in pre loop either. This is only, in my opinion, this is only a loop module. But this has a lot of strong scalings
Yes.
in loop.
I'd say it's like one of top three like the blue classes modules because this thing is like scale the fucking items so like high you will just like have 200% kits. So and also you'll have like probably 600% blood rights all the time. So it's
You can
fun. It's
also
fun.
you can also get like 300% Rosariuses off of this.
Yeah.
Upgrade that Rosarius to like 500% because it'll be cheap to upgrade because it comes at 300, and then suddenly you can get like 1k shields off a single item.
Yeah.
There's also increased credit gain. Like this can be seen as an indirect increase to your credit gain because every item you recycle at high percentages is going to give you a lot of credits. Like if you recycle a 300% item, that's like probably 1k credits.
At least.
So
Yeah.
this is, even if you don't find like optimal items to abuse warm up with, like even if you find like trash items only, this will guarantee you value in that it will give your upgrade kits more damage and give you a higher chance of re-rolling them, and will also give you higher credit gain due to recycling. So this is always good in the late game. There's even if you get like bad RNG, unless you get literally no item drops, which is like almost impossible. Those are very much the minority of runs. If you get like no items and even in deep loop, um, this thing always provides good value. But in my opinion, something I want to say is that after the loop changes to healing stat, I feel like this is a bit weaker because blood right stacking is not as good as it used to be
Yeah, but
due to the new
still.
mechanics.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's still quite good. Just new mechanics kind of made it less valuable. It's still like a pretty top tier module. The increases B base heat value is usually not a big deal unless you get a high level variant of warm up, because this can make you have like overclock levels of base heat value. So if you get like a 300% warm up, this can be very dangerous and might not be worth greeting for, because that's like plus like 10 or plus 15 base heat value, and that will absolutely brick a gun.
But if your gun doesn't suck a dick with heat issues, the 300% warm up will just straight up bust the run because like everything you'll
Yeah,
find on so on will have
it'll
like
give you. Yeah, yeah, go on, go on, go on.
it'll like just items like pre-loop will have at least 200% power level. So it just be busted if you find the 300% warm up early on in the run.
Yeah, but okay. So next module. Okay, this thing is another example of a module that used to be really good. Like this used to be like one of the strongest modules in the entire game.
Yes.
And now changes have turned it into a very, very mediocre module that generally has like no place being picked. It's not useful post-loop anymore. It's okay pre-loop for Riot Guard. I think it's pretty okay pre-loop for Riot Guard, but this is like useless on Breacher.
Yes. Uh, previously, this thing just gave you like raw healing stat. Like in loop, you have plus like 35 healing stat raw without like any
45% minimum,
yes
40%, 40.
at least 35% minimum. But now it just scales with loop healing decrease, so you'll get
Yeah, with
like
its
free healing at most. So
yeah, like
now it's just useless in comparison where like how it was before. So
yeah. To add to what Oleg said, this used to ignore loops mechanics. This used to ignore the scaling on loop healing. If you were in loop 3 before with like 0 healing stat with like 1 healing stat,
one.
and you had a 1 healing stat, and if you had a fully stacked recovery, you'd go up to 46% minimum. Higher percentage powers on recovery would get you up to like 60 or 70%. I've had screenshots of using recovery where I had over 100 health regen in loop, like in like loop 3, over 100 health regen, no issues. And I was face tanking literally everything in my way, and I could not die unless it was an ion trooper. So this was like extremely broken once upon a time, but
Now it's not.
because because of my screenshots, it was nerfed. You can all blame me for this item, for this module not being a good module anymore. You can blame me fully, but RIP recovery.
It was about to happen anyway, because someone would say like, "Ew, why it works so good?"
Yeah,
And
someone would discover it anyway.
yeah,
But
of course, like,
at least I discovered it with like plus 150 regen. So Shrike was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
but should I just say it's fun? Fun is not allowed in this game. That's why I'm playing Dead Cells. Dab. Ah, I
Dude,
hate Dead
shut the
Cells.
fuck up. Shut up, Oleg, shut up. No, don't
Okay,
recommend that. Don't. No. Okay,
it's
okay.
it's
So
fine.
next, all
It's
right,
fine.
next. Okay,
Okay, next
okay.
one.
Next one. This also was a module that was okay once upon a time, but it's now shit because it's like 175 range of an enemy. Guys, if you are within that range, let me tell you right now, 15% less damage is not going to help. You are going to get two-shot. You are going to get obliterated if you're at that range, because like everything and its mother can hit you with all its projectiles. And you know what happens when you get hit by all projectiles of an enemy? You explode. And 15% damage reduction is not going to help. It's not going to stop you from dying if you try to like use this against like an ion or a shotgun or like literally anything that does damage.
So 175 range is you literally facing him like you facing him. You almost kissing him in the face. And this thing is just doesn't worth it. If you're not like playing charge Riot Guard build, who just like goes pre-loop to like no shooting, just charging you with Riot Shield, then this thing is like outclassed by everything else. Almost
It's not even a
everything.
class; it's just bad because like
Yeah,
it makes you play in a suboptimal manner and does not reward you well for playing like terribly. Like
yeah, but
it,
well, to be honest, if there's like two even shittier modules like I don't know like
we'll go on to that. I don't
yes,
think there's anything shittier than this, in my
yeah,
opinion. But
it's
okay,
bad, but it can be used sometimes.
okay. Next module.
Yes, yes.
Okay, this module is really bad at base levels. Like at base levels, it's not very good. If you get high percent rolls on this thing, it can be extremely silly. I have a video on my channel of 600 movement speed heavy gunner because I got this thing at like 250% or something stupidly high, and it gave me like a 110 flat movement speed at 35 feet or above. So if you get this thing rolled in game at a high percentage, it's quite good. Some weapons, like Annihilator, can keep this procced permanently because they have enough base heat to just always be over 35. But I think only Annihilator does this. So outside of Annihilator, it's not going to be perma procced. But uh, it's okay. Movement speed's a broken stat. Shield regeneration delay is okay, but movement speed is just fucking broken. So if you get this high roll, definitely consider.
Yeah, it's just an overall an okay thing to have if you don't have anything else better to pick off. So if you find it, you can like get something out of it. If you don't, then whatever. Let's go to the next one.
It's also never worth like
Yes.
taking
Yeah, like as
base like
primary
starter
module.
loadout. Yeah, don't take it when you starter loadout. This is not good starter loadout. Okay, next one. This is the strongest module in this entire like in
Game.
all of Guardian. Not the game. I
I'd
think there are
s-
two modules that are as strong, if not stronger than this right
but it's
now.
like
But
at least top
this is
three.
top three. This is
Yes,
top three.
at
This
least
is the. I would say this is the second or first defensive module in the game.
first one. I'd say
There's
first.
no unceasing exists, which makes
Okay,
it
yeah,
questionable. But
yeah. Okay, true.
um, this is extremely good. You should always take this on both classes, no matter what. Like, always take this on Riot Guard and Breacher. It's absolutely non-negotiable. If you don't take this, you're making yourself extremely weak compared to what you would be with this. You should only do this with challenge runs. Do not take this. Like, if you don't take this, it's only for a challenge run, or if you're like just like trying to be like some weird hipster that thinks he's going against the meta and he's so cool for it. This not only gives you a crap ton of maximum shield to start off with, and shields are by far one of the best stats in the game. It also, it lets you refresh your shields while killing things, and this synergizes extremely well with Breacher and Riot Guard, since both of them, uh, like in Riot Guard's case, he has, a stacking mechanic. Every time he kills something, he gets a crap ton of regen and movement speed. And in Breacher's case, he just has a shit ton of fucking damage, built-in pierce, and a lot of AoE, so it's super easy for Breacher just to fully refresh his shields off killing a bunch of enemies with this. So it's extremely good on both classes, synergizes with their play styles extremely well, and it lets them constantly be in a fight. Like, you don't ever have to stop and like try to regenerate your shields. This is a massive tempo bonus because you could just keep fighting over and over again. You don't have to like take cover and like expose yourself, like get like mobbed. You can just keep being mobile. You can keep being on the move, avoid damage instead of just sitting behind cover and hoping you don't get fucking flanked. So this is really, really good.
Yeah, there's just nothing to say about it. It's overall a super good module. If you found it, you should always pick this because it's one of the best defensive modules in the game. It can like I repeat I repeat will it'll just fully keep your shield full most of the time if you're not fighting bosses, of course. So yeah,
Okay.
it's just next module.
Okay. This is okay. Actually, this might be worse than into battle.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
dog shit. It's not useful.
uh, don't sit next to barricades and destroyable objects, please. 30% chance to block damage is not that good. Just think to yourself, how good is 30% dodge? If you literally only have 30% dodge, how good is that? Not very good. Now, this can stack on top of dodge, so maybe you can have like a 60% chance to avoid damage, but dear lord, please do not like. Okay, there's two things that are wrong with standing next to like small cover.
Nah,
One,
dude. Okay.
it's
Let me say, please. It's okay if enemies are far away from you and they just like, like if you have an
would be
opportunity.
like maximum range, I
Yes,
guess.
yes. If they like at range, you can shoot them
But
like at a safe distance. You can stay behind the barricade, so like
I
chances to
have
get.
I have one counter for that, and I'll get to that soon.
Okay.
First off, it's usually not worth using this. Like, it's not worth
Nah,
staying at
it's
cover
it's
most of the time.
it's bad.
Second off, cover hitboxes are really weird. You can get stuck on cover extremely easily, even though like it doesn't seem like you would get stuck. You can just get stuck on a box. Like, you can't fucking move until
Yeah,
you shoot the box out. So I wouldn't do this even at long range, because if you get stuck, everything's going to come to close range, and you're going to be stuck in close range, and you're going to be fucked. So
yeah.
just
Uh,
don't gamble with
I'd say you should
barricades.
only stay behind the bricks, not like boxes. If you stand
Yeah,
behind boxes, you're asking to be killed.
yeah, because boxes can just randomly fucking catch you. Like,
Yeah,
you can't move.
it's not worth staying behind boxes.
Okay, so
Next thing, because this is just
and
like useless.
I mean, critical strike is okay on Riot Guard, because Riot Guard has like low damage most of the time unless you get good setups.
He
But
crit scales with like 175% crit damage on Riot.
I know, but you still have K7, and that's
Okay,
really good on
true.
Riot. So this can be okay. This can be okay. Like, again, Riot Guard has bad damage to start off with, so like anything that supplements that damage is usually okay. But this is just overall not worth starting on. Passively increased weapon heat generation can brick many weapons, especially weapons that are
Weapon
very.
hit. You meant weapon hit.
Yeah. What did I say?
Just weapon regeneration.
Oh, passive increases weapon heat generation. This can brick many weapons, because a lot of weapons are very much on the edge of usable heat. Like, there's quite a few weapons that I can mag dump, but barely not overheat, and this can push them over the overheat limit. So this is usually not worth it, but sometimes in certain situations you can take it if you feel like you are very lacking in damage, but it's very much not that good.
Yeah, it's while active reload the modules are overall fine to use. This one isn't as good because it just increases the weapon heat, and well, weapon heat management is like one thing that kills you most of the time in loop if you're like got
And
some.
preload. This is like it's bad in both loop and
Yeah,
preload.
but like most of the time it kills you in loop because you're like, oh, why did I overheat all of a sudden? Oh yeah, cause in rage like that.
Yeah, and like in loop, if you overheat, you do like 2k damage to yourself,
Yeah,
which
at
is usually
least.
just a one shot. So it's very like touching your heat is usually not that good unless you like it's positive. Negative heat effects usually fuck you more than they help.
Yeah,
Uh, okay, so next
next one.
next module, I think this is one of my favorite modules on this tree. This is very much a personal preference module, but I would say that both Riot Guard and Breacher have a tendency to take weapons that have shit ammo economy.
That's true.
Uh, like Riot Guard, all his SMGs have bad ammo economy, especially the Boltcaster. The Boltcaster in particular has really bad ammo. Uh, Breacher has like Road Warrior starting out. Like Road Warrior eventually gets infinite ammo, but when you start off with it, it has very bad economy. Coil Shotgun benefits heavily from this because you can keep spamming and spamming and spamming and get like just use it to stack up ammo, like stack up the damage for free. Uh, uh, Breacher also has a tendency to take weapons that have not like just shotguns. He has a tendency to take some weapons that bad ammo economy, but are super worth it for him, like M32, like Annihilator, like Higgs, like Laser Sub if you're a fucking abuser, disgusting the Laser Sub. Uh, and this helps immensely with keeping those ammo economies in check. Because like some weapons, like Annihilator, if you get and like M32 or like Higgs, if you get a variant that reduces their ammo pickup, this can be almost unsustainable in loop, and this heavily helps mitigate that. This also is really good if you get a divine weapon or like an alpha weapon or like anything with like any variant with a large ammo malice. This is extremely useful in most situations because those ammo malices do not affect weapon mastery, so you can just use divine weapons infinitely sometimes if the weapon mastery is staying.
Well,
Um,
let me say something. It's overall a good module if you have the ammo problem. Like if you're playing like the SMGs, like Riot Guards, you should probably almost always pick this. I'm playing Shielded Warm Up because it's just funnier to me. Well,
yeah.
it's
I
just
also have one more thing.
yes,
I have one
say
more thing. 'Cause we have to speak about the second effect. Like the first effect is already like there's a lot we can say about the first effect, but now we have to speak about the second effect.
yeah, stuns.
Um, Stuns, it should be obvious why
Yeah,
like longer stuns should be good because both classes have a lot of stun synergies. Right guard should be obvious, soft points plus
yeah,
stun grenades. Breacher, stun grenades plus last straw. A lot of shotguns are really fucking good with last straw, and having more synergy with last straw is quite strong. In addition to the first effect, you won't always get last straw every single run, so it's not like something you should be like super excited about. But if you do get last straw on like a shotgun that can abuse it, like T8 or Rogue Warrior, this can have a massive effect on their effectiveness because you can basically just instantly stun lock anything before it can do anything to you. You can just stop fights before they begin. So it's just overall, this scales extremely well with both classes, has lots of synergy with both classes' playstyle plan. It's just generally an incredibly good quality of module that should be considered most of the time.
yeah. I'd say it's like top three, at least like second place on the blue modules tier list, cause it's like it's better than warm up, cause like warm up is only good in loop, but I just enjoy warm up more cause it's funnier to like play around it.
Yeah, it's just something that just works really well with like both classes' game plan. Like
Yeah,
both classes tend to have exactly what this thing boosts. Like both classes tend to have bad ammo, and both classes tend to have stun effects. So it's like
yeah. So let's go to the next one.
this is mediocre to start with, but can be useful if you get it in game because this can scale well with stuff like Model 98,000 or UM10. Found shield power-ups lasting 5 seconds longer is pretty okay in Riot Guard because he has a chance to get power-ups whenever he reloads. So this is okay. I would never start this I would never put this in my starter slots, but if you pick this up in game, it's not a bad choice.
It's just overall a free shield regen. That's all.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just an okay module. It's not bad. It's not good. I'd say it's like mediocre at best.
Sometimes it can have some good effects because those weapons I just mentioned, but if you don't
Yes.
have those weapons, it's not nearly as good because shield regeneration is not that good of a stat unless you have those two weapons.
Yes.
Next.
Next one.
I don't like this because lifesteal, first off, it permanently decreases your damage down, and it
Yeah.
only gives you lifesteal when you're at a certain point. Uh, Breacher has a shit ton of regen when he's at low HP, and that regen can easily push you out of the limit for this. Like, and it easily pushes you over 30% max HP. So on Breacher, this is not worth it most of the time. And on Riot Guard, you already have shit tons built in sustain if you kill something, so it's mostly superficial because like you already are fighting.
I'd say it's fine if you found it and you need some sustain. Like if you feel like overwhelmed, you can pick this because this thing can just like say, "Oh fuck, I'm dying. I'm not ready to die yet."
Yeah, but
It's good if you have something like that deals a big punch, but if you have something that like rapidly shoots, like on these classes, it doesn't. It almost never worth to pick this on like blue
yeah,
classes. But if you play like sniper, steams can save your ass in the late game because you can just like, oh shit, I'm
especially
low on
with
HP.
headshot kills,
Yeah,
and
yeah. If they're like mark target, you headshot it on like under
yeah,
30% HP.
and that's
Just
like a
bam.
massive amount of
Yeah,
healing.
you're full HP now. Good job, dude.
But basically, not that good on the Guardians themselves. This can
Yes.
have some usage on Sniper, because Sniper has very massive headshot bonuses, like 300% headshot damage. So if you hit something when you're at low HP with this, you can get a shit ton of healing off of that. But on these classes themselves, it's not very good.
Yes. Next one.
This is good in loop, kind of useless before.
Yeah,
I would say this is
I'd say it's just if you found it and there's nothing better to pick, it's fine to use it. It's just overall bonus to stay in a loop because it just gives you free platings overall. It's
plating is one of the best defenses in loop, like by far. This also can have some usages in hyper adrenaline because plating is also extremely good in hyper adrenaline.
yes,
So in those two scenarios, picking this up is good. For for hyper adrenaline, you can start with this in your inventory. Like, this is fine to be in your starter slot for hyper adrenaline. Uh, but overall, this is good on any class. By the way, it's not really exclusive to anyone. I guess an engineer, if you're using overclocker, it's
yeah,
not that good.
but
Well, actually, it can
it's fine.
sustain. It can sustain overclocker engineer too, so
Yeah,
it's still like okay to pick up as well. This is not usually not worth starting in your starter slots. This is something
yeah.
you pick up in the middle of the game unless you're playing hyper adrenaline.
Next one. Let me say,
Um, okay,
let me
okay.
say, this thing is only good on one class, and that's
Assassin.
assassin in loop. Nothing else is it's overall a trash module to play around because plating doesn't drop that often. You'll need to like play scrap plating and bits and pieces to have it like work, and it
Yeah,
doesn't work that good. So
and usually with plating, you want to play conservatively and save your plating for as much as possible.
yeah,
And this pushes you into playing aggressively because the buff has a limited duration, and you need to maximize the buff by hitting things as much as possible. So this has a bit of anti synergy with plating itself because plating would would uh, would suggest would how do I say it, like
to play a little
plating
bit slower, not to rush the
yeah,
things.
plating would encourage you to play slower. It wants you to play slower with it because like it's optimal to save this for massive hits. Like if you get like hit by an ion, this can save your ass. But like getting this propped off like a shotgunner does absolutely nothing. So you definitely want to like play slower when you're plating on you.
Yeah,
Just
it's only good on assassin and loop with a shit like with insane kill power. Otherwise, it's useless.
yeah.
Next one.
Berserk, this is actually quite like okay. I would say I don't like taking damage for its proc because ideally you should avoid taking damage in the
Yeah.
first place. But the effect itself is quite strong. Firing slowdown and fire rate, like that's double dipping. That's very much double dipping in the fire rate because every weapon has firing slowdown. And
Yeah.
actually, no, this isn't burst delay, is it? This is
No, it
fucking
just
movement.
you just fire it and
This
the
is
movement penalty, I think.
Yeah, this is okay. This is actually the buffs on this are actually extremely good, but just the way you get it is bad. Like taking damage,
I'd
you should
say
avoid.
I'd say it's good pre-loop because pre-loop
Yeah, it's
you
good.
can take a shit ton of hits and it
Yeah,
will be
especially
proc.
especially if you're not playing with fragile, so you don't really care if you take
Nah,
damage down.
dude, you can
So.
take shield damage.
Oh, this okay, but even then, like taking like shield, I don't know.
It's overall a
Even
good if you found it because it just gives you straight up buffs pre-loop, so it's not that bad.
And it's not like it doesn't have any negative effects like Enrage
Yeah.
does. So this is always safe to take. It's fine to take, but post loop this is usually not very useful. If you're taking enough hits to get this thing to be useful, you are dead.
Yes.
End of story.
Uh,
Unless your name is Assassin, I guess, but
who?
still. Assassin.
Oh yeah, you then you
'Cause,
don't
yeah,
don't care. Cause imagine
yeah.
dying on assassin in loop. Ha. Let's go to the
Okay,
next one.
okay,
Wicked.
Wicked. This is really good in Hyper Adrenaline because the stun it doesn't reflect. I don't think this reflects full damage. It only
No,
reflects up.
up to 150 damage.
Yeah, but in Hyper Adrenaline, the stun things when they hit you, which is really good because a lot of enemies you can survive a single hit from a lot of enemies, or you can't survive as a follow up, like a Nemesis sniper charging you. He hits you once and then charges you and hits you again, you die. But with this, you can stun him and then he can't hit you again and he dies. So this is not as good as Rebuke system for Hyper Adrenaline, but this is still like a decent pick. I think Scrap Plating is better than this for Hyper Adrenaline,
Yeah,
but
dude. Do you remember the fucking double rebuke system double wicked combo?
yeah, that one was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was funny.
So generally speaking, this is mostly I don't know. This is fine. I feel like this module is fine to pick up at any point in the
Yeah,
game because stunning it does stun things a lot. Like this thing's stun chance is really good. So picking this up at any point of the game is fine. Don't start with this. I don't think it's worth starting with, but if you're offered it mid run, this is definitely like decent to take.
yeah. It's overall a good pick if you want it. If you like feel that you're like overwhelmed a little bit, pick this and it will stun enemies occasionally for you like to pick them up. So it's fine.
Okay, so next
Next one.
module. This is the fourth best module in Guardian. I think this effect is really good, but usually it's hard to fit this into
Yeah,
starting
it
builds.
just I don't think it just
It's
fits the Guardian's play style. There's
fits fits creature.
yeah, but
Maybe
like
not. I don't know. Recoil control is not something that either class really cares about too much, but um, it has to be said how good this is with certain weapons like AMD because active reload. Usually, whenever you reload a gun, you want to start shooting it ASAP. So
yeah,
this gives you a lot of recoil. This gives you a lot of DPS bonuses because it heavily mitigates recoil and lets you hit things way more often. So this is actually not only a mobility boost, but this is also a really good DPS boost. So this is actually a very strong module. It's good on any class. If you find it mid game, it's definitely worth picking up, but I don't think this is worth starting most of the time with. You can start with it on Breacher, but I think Weapon Mastery
yeah. The
is
weapon
usually
master
better.
is just so much better than the push forward.
I would say it's close. It
Nah,
depends on
weapon master
your
just fully
preference.
weapon master just fully mitigates the what was
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
yeah,
the
the
ammo
bad.
economy. So
But I don't know. It's up to preference. I think it's definitely arguable, but I still
yeah,
think Weapon Mastery is better. But yeah, just generally a top tier module. Good on any class. Pick it if you get it in game, basically.
yeah. Let's go to the next classes.
Okay, so Sniper and Assassin, the rogues are similar to the Guardians in that they don't have too many terrible modules. They have a bunch of like good ones. They don't have one super broken module, but well, there's one that might be called super broken.
Bloodborne.
No, that's not
I'm
Bloodborne.
joking. I just love Bloodborne because it's
Um,
I just love.
but generally speaking, they have by far the best selection of modules of any
Yes.
class because they have the most they have the most variety because there's so many good modules here. There's not like only like two good modules and everything else is trash. There's a lot of good things here.
Yes.
So you
So
can run whatever you want
let's start.
generally. But okay,
Headhunter.
Headhunter. I don't think this is very good.
Now, dude,
One
it's
percent.
it's actually very good because you can just hit heads all the time and keep your shield up if you need to. If you find it in
Yeah, but
like
this
in
is
game,
this is.
it
I
can
want
be
to say
useful.
something. Honestly, something. This is mostly useless on Assassin because Assassin has bad shields to start with, and
Yeah.
he's usually just a HP tanker because like he has a lot of mechanics that let HP tanking be super fucking good on him. On Sniper, this isn't that good because you already have a built-in shield refresh and headshots, and that one does it's not missing shields either. That one is just straight up maximum shields. So this is like really not needed on Sniper because Sniper already has way better effect. And on Assassin, this is kind of useless. So, in my opinion, this isn't that good on the rogues, particularly. This is good on other classes because shield headshots, refreshing your shield is actually a super strong mechanic. But on these two classes in particular, I don't think it's that useful.
Yes. Let's go to the next one.
Switch position, one of the best reload modules in the game. I think it should be obvious why. Extremely high movement speed and damage reduction while you're moving. This does indeed let you switch positions really easily. Uh, Getting a very high percentage power switch position is hilarious because you can move like your breacher with Akira for like 2 seconds when you proc this. It's
Yeah,
really
it's funny.
silly.
It's hilarious.
Um, you can you just straight up like move like you're a breacher that like a Roomba exploded next to you or something. Uh, so this is really good. I don't think this is the best module in this row. I
Let me
think
say
there's a
this. It's a good module if you found it, because like Shadow Dance, Evasion, Maneuver is like the best combo for like those classes. But if you want to start with this module, you're free to do this because it's overall a good module if you're playing like Sniper. Because I don't think Assassin needs it, because he'll
I mean,
just
more mobility is always good no
yeah.
matter
But
what.
like Assassin just overall better with Shadow Dance, Evasion, Maneuver than switch positions.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next
Yes,
module.
Evasion, Maneuver.
This is only a module in this entire row that I think can be called broken. I think this makes dodge builds 10 times better. Like there's the difference between having this in a dodge build and not having this in a dodge build is fucking massive.
Yeah. Explain why now, or should
I
I?
was getting a drink. I'll
Okay.
explain. Okay, so first off, this means getting more dodge gives you mobility. Like the higher dodge you have, the more mobile you become.
In
And this
battle.
is really good. This is yeah, in battle, not a battle. This is really good because mobility is the single strongest. It's by far mobility is
Mechanic.
by far the strongest mechanic in this entire game. Like going faster makes enemies unable to hit you. It lets you switch positions and get into better scenarios better. It lets you just generally pick your fights and take way better fights than you should be able to. It lets you get out of shit situations. It lets you run away from ball bots. Like generally speaking, mobility, like because of everything I've said, is the best mechanic in the game. Mobility is always super good. The second thing is this dash synergizes extremely well with Dodge's cooldown. Dodge is, according to Shrike, it has a 0.25 second cooldown. In those 0.25 seconds, if anything hits you, the dodge will not check and you'll get hit no matter what. Now, this thing gives you a dash that lasts longer than that cooldown. Do you know what this means? This means if you are, like if you're good at using mobility, you can use this dash to get away from bullets and avoid bullets while your dodge is coming off cooldown. And then the moment the dash ends, your dodge will be off cooldown again. And if something hits you and it procs, you can do that again, over and over again, so long as your percent chance helps you out and actually is it's favorable for you. And this generally just completely mitigates the weaknesses of dodge builds while also making them way more mobile. Like you can, this is easily the best module for both classes because both classes love doing dodge stacking, and this makes dodge stacking 10 times better.
Yeah.
So
Let me say this. This module, it's just good. It increases just a flat damage dodge boost, and yeah, it mitigates the damage big weakness.
the cooldown, the
And both
cooldown.
classes shoot always start with a smoke grenade. And on sniper at least, I remember with proc smoke like level 1 scoped, it gives you 69 dodge like straight out of the gate. So it's quite broken, I'd say. On assassin, it's because
It's
he
still broken on Assassin.
yeah,
It's
but
still broken.
assassin when he gets hit, he can triple smoke, so he'll have like 100 dodge out of the gate if he like in the shitty situation. So it's good. It's super good
Yeah.
to have.
Both classes are very easy to stack dodge on, and if you get dodged like 100 or something, you basically cannot die if you have evasive maneuvers. So not only does this make your dodge build way better, it also gives you a win condition. You
Yeah.
get 100 dodge, and you can't lose anymore because if you play correctly, you're invincible. So just overall, this is by far the best module and that Rogue has access to. Always take this on both classes. You are way weaker without this than with it. So, again, like shielded, you are basically throwing away half your strength by not taking them.
Okay, next one.
This is
I'm sorry.
really this is really good if you get it in game. It's usually not worth taking on your starter build.
Okay, I'd say one thing. Let me say, if you're going for Mjolnir combo with like sniper or assassin, you should
Or
always pick this cause the damage stacked doesn't proc unless enemies know where the fuck you are. So you can have 300 damage output all the time if you like play Mjolnir build. Just so you know.
and this also works with Railgun, I believe.
Yes, yes. If the enemy don't know where you are, like if you're not in battle, it doesn't proc.
In battle, it can also proc off of enemies getting near you.
Yes, yes. But I'd say it doesn't
It
work.
might not. It might be weird. I think
Yeah,
this thing is
it's just an
probably.
overall weird working module.
I don't think this uses in battle. I think this is uses something else. It's all
I
special
think if
fucking.
enemies like notices you like you're standing over there and he's noticed you,
Yeah,
he just procs.
yeah. But that's like, yeah, it's that's not like what in battle is.
Yeah.
Check.
If
I'm
the
just
enemy notices you, if he like
yeah.
sees you.
This is the tooltip is wrong here. This is
Yeah.
probably has its own. But this is overall really good. Exiting the teleporter, if anyone doesn't know this doesn't work on the first teleporter you use. Like on if you take this on floor 1, it will not proc on floor 2. But after that, it will always proc, and this is actually super good because like anyone who's played this game knows that sometimes you can get really bad spawns.
Yeah.
You can get really complete dog shit spawns, and having 7 seconds of stealth is like really obvious what you do with that. You use that to get into a good position and like not get fucked by the spawn. So and also this doesn't give you the Umbra cloak effect. Like nothing changes on your screen except for like a weird filter. So you might like think, oh, I'm not getting stealth, but you can like walk up to enemies and they won't see
Nah,
you.
it's like it's not that it's not that close. Like
Yeah,
you
I think if you get really close to enemies, they can still see you.
yeah.
But generally speaking, if you just sit at mid range, you can't be spotted. So yeah, just use
It's just
the
good
stealth is
module to find.
yeah, it's overall really good if you find it, but usually not worth taking. Okay, next module. This thing used to be extremely bugged, and it's still bugged
Yeah.
because it's permanent now.
No, it's
Uh,
not. It's not. If your like shield is up and you have plating, it doesn't proc unless you like take the health damage. And I don't think it's proc with bleeding because it would be just stupid.
no, it does not reset on taking damage anymore. What I'm saying is that the duration is fucking infinite sometimes. Sometimes you can be staying at 3 stacks forever. Uh,
Oh,
but
you
this
mean
this
that?
thing
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
this thing hasn't reset on taking damage in like fucking forever. It's been like a year. Uh, but what happened was this thing used to be bugged and it stole your stats.
Yeah,
It actually fucking stole your stats.
let me say this. It would sometime remove the dodge and healing out of you. It was so bugged. Fry could have said, if this shitty thing wouldn't be fixed next time, he just remove it. Remember that?
Yeah,
It
he
was
had
so
tried
funny.
like 3 times to fix
Yes,
this.
yeah.
This was
No, 4 times, even 4 times to fix it. It was hilarious.
so So basically, this thing is still bugged right now, and like the duration is sometimes can be permanent, sometimes like it's so weird how this thing works. I have no idea. Like,
Same.
don't ask me what the mechanics on this thing are. I just know that it's a massive stat boost and it's really fucking broken. Always take this in evasive maneuvers. It's by far the best build in rogues right now. Put this in your overdrive slot. It's better in your overdrive slot than evasive is because both of them will give you 12 dodge in overdrive slot, while this will give you more healing. Well, evasive does not get any other extra effect. So put this in your overdrive instead of evasive if you have to choose one.
Yes, it's just as funny because it's broken module, I'd say.
I sometimes suspect this thing steals my stats.
No, it does
Like,
not. It does not.
I
I assure
swear,
you.
I swear. But yeah,
It
whatever.
just it just tornado.
Yeah,
Next.
just fair.
Yeah. Next.
Discipline. This is actually quite good because the heat diminishing is really significant. If you get this in game, this is worth picking up, especially on sniper or like heavy gunner. Classes that usually want to sit and not do too much. Uh, the heat reduction on this is extremely noticeable, but everything else is super mediocre. 100 maximum health is not that whatsoever. It's okay, but it's not like particularly impressive. And the shield regeneration delay is again that useful.
Yeah, it's just an okay module if you have hit issues. That's all.
And like every gun in the game has heat issues pretty much.
Dude, just get good and not overdo it.
Nearly every gun in the game
Yes,
is
sure.
has some heavy issues. So this is
Okay.
like almost always
Yeah.
good.
Let's go to the next one. Keep distance.
Keeping distance. This thing is only good on sniper and quite mediocre. 25% fire rate is okay. 15 armor is
Okay.
whatever. It's whatever.
Mm.
Armor is kind of a whatever stat right now because there's a bunch of enemies that just
Yeah, AP.
fucking ions. If you think stacking armor is gonna work for you, dude, ions will fucking face of the
I
team.
think Nemesis Snipers have
Yeah, all snipers have armor pen, including
no,
Nemesis. He's the
I
regular.
think the Nemesis Sniper have like 70 AP or something.
No, I'm pretty sure they all just completely ignore armor. Like I know ions completely ignore it.
Because Ions have Ion, and the Nemesis Sniper have the fucking Nemesis, so like it's at least like
That'd be like 90 armor pen if they have the actual net. But
yeah.
basically like snipers, sniper turrets, Nemesis snipers, and ions all ignore. I'm not sure there's any more that do that. I think there might be, but those are the enemies I know that
Who
just
knows?
don't give a shit.
We don't know because there's no data
We
for
have
it.
to ask, yeah, we have to ask Shrike for that, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Next one. Perfection.
This is like the biggest noob trap. Everyone thinks this is so much better than it is, but it's like,
It's overall a fine stat boost if you found it in run. It's
okay, the stat boost is fucking almost nothing. The stat boost is like super,
it's
super
just
shit.
10 crit for like if you know if you have
And
let's say what you want.
okay, but let me just explain why this is not good. This is better on assassin than on sniper because sniper when he has a massive fucking headshot bonus. You don't get that many hits on heads as sniper. Like you kill most enemies in like 1 to 2 hits with like DMR weapons, and you kill them in like 2 to 3 hits with
Deagle.
assault rifles or SMGs.
Dude, you just use
Like
Deagle and everything doesn't like
like,
do
like,
hard to
like
hit.
I'm just saying, you won't get that many hits with this on sniper, so stop fucking taking this on sniper. It does not do that much for sniper at all.
Yes.
Sniper already has built-in healing on headshot kills, and sniper sustain is like one of the best in the game. Like already without this module, sniper has by far some of the best sustain. You can be at 1 HP, and if you play correctly, you'll be at full HP by the end of the floor. Like this thing, like sniper already has so much. You just fucking
Yeah.
extremely superfluous. Like this barely does anything on sniper. It's there if you're bad, basically. Like if you can't play sniper well, if you can't get headshot kills, if you can't get mark kills, I guess you can use this to salvage your run. But like if you can play sniper correctly, it's absolutely useless. Like it barely does anything.
I'd say if you just want some crit damage and there's nothing better than this, you should like just take the 10% damage.
This is good on other classes though. I think like on something like Riot Guard or like Engineer or Demolisher, this can be really good because like basically like on Raider, like literally anything that's not the rogues, this is really good on, except
Yes.
for maybe Breacher. Breacher can't practice with shotguns, so some.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, DMR. This is another like super. Like, why do people like this? It's so fucking
I think it's a
trash.
trap because there's like nothing good about this.
Okay, so DMRs are usually like the worst, like the second worst weapon type in the game. The only weapon type that's worse than DMRs is LMGs. So why the fuck would you turn automatic rifles to DMRs? What are
It
you doing?
it gives you damage, dude. You're wrong. No, it's bad. It
And then it
doesn't work like
reduces
this.
your fire rate, and it makes you like worse versus big mobs. Like sniper has no issue, or sniper and assassin have no issue versus singular mobs. They have really good damage output versus single targets. Their biggest issue is dealing with gigantic groups of enemies, and this makes like because it reduces your fire rate, you're going to have way worse time with large groups. So why would you take this? It just makes your weaknesses bigger and barely does anything for your strengths.
Yeah,
And
it's
making and it can also like turn certain weapons terrible that are like really good. Like turning fucking laser cannon into a semi-auto, that's fucking absolute dog shit. Turning an AEK into semi-auto if you get like a high roll of this, like a high percentage. Um Turning something like
SMGs,
damnation,
like half
like
of the
some like
SMGs.
turning a Chris into fucking semi-auto. Why? Why would you want that? It's absolute dog
It's
shit. Like
overall a dog shit module. If you pick this, you're
this is
just like
this
you're
is this is a meme module that hipsters that think they're cool take because they think gimping themselves with an absolutely useless module and making themselves way worse as a class is a really good thing to do. And then when they die 1,000 times and can barely beat the game even once, they blame the game instead of blaming themselves.
uh,
So
now with this module, you need three attachments. You need hair trigger to weapon to be not dog shit most of the time. You need hyper adrenaline.
hyper accelerator.
Oh yeah, hyper. I'm sorry, I said that's hyper adrenaline. My bad.
The tactic does that too. He calls hypergen hyper accelerator. And
dude,
you call hyper accelerator hyper adrenaline.
dude,
Good job, guys.
retards are all the same, you know. Uh,
Hey, don't call him a retard. You're the retard.
whatever you
Oh
say.
god. Okay.
Alright, next one.
Basically, this is bad. You're
Yeah.
trolling. You're making yourself worse. Like you're objectively making yourself weaker
Yes,
by taking
yes.
this. Please don't. Okay. Power
Next one.
tuning. This is also like okay. We said increasing heat generation is really bad unless you get something good from it. Okay. So guys,
This is dog shit.
sniper. You know how he like 1 to 2 shots or 3 to 4 shots with automatics, 1 to 2 shots with sniper rifles. You know how he does that? That's because he has 300% headshot damage. If you take this module, you know how many bullets it'll take you to kill an enemy with headshots? The exact same. It'll take you 1 to 2 with sniper rifles or 3 to 5 with assault rifles. It's not going to change anything on sniper. This is extremely low impact because it's just overkill damage. It's just overkill damage. It's not actually going to let you kill in less shots. It's just fucking overkill. Like it
Overall,
has.
let me say, overall, this module is bad on everything else because the passive heat generation is breaks all the guns. Like 20% heat
Yeah,
generation
there's very
is bad. It's
there's
super bad. Like nothing good
yeah,
about
it's like
this.
it's like having like half of overclocked in your weapon. This is like overclocked. It's just missing the base heat, but this is basically like overclocked debuff. So, and overclocked is widely regarded as fucking terrible and makes like more than half, like 80% of the guns the game uses.
More
So
than
don't
80%. 85,
don't
I'd
don't
say.
don't take this.
It's
It
bad.
makes
Don't.
you
No.
it just makes you weaker. Like running ammo regeneration. Wow, on the two classes that don't have ammo regeneration. Oh my god,
And
below 30 heat.
it's only below 30 heat, so don't forget it.
Like, yeah, just don't shoot full auto. In the game where full auto is literally the best thing you can do. Yeah, guys, buy it, but
So,
so bad.
that's the next one, because this one is just straight up dog shit.
It's like DMR conversion. You're making yourself weaker by taking this. You're
Yeah.
actually giving yourself. You're just shooting yourself in the leg and then refusing to take a crutch. Like you are crippled, but you refuse to have a crutch.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Um, Freeze. This The issue with this, the cooldown is massive, and it's
Yes.
hard to control this. Even stopping for even like half a second can proc this when you don't want to proc it. So even though its effect is quite strong, cooldown is too high. Evasive switch position exists, which has like half the cooldown and way better. Like it gives you way more than freeze does. It gives you movement speed and the same duration of damage absorb and the same amount of damage absorbed while also having half the cooldown and also being controllable, like way more
Yeah,
controllable. So this is just,
I'd say if freeze just gave you like 60% or like 30% damage absorb, or like on its own without like any shit, if you stay in still, that would be good. Right now it's just never worth it.
Like this is basically just like evasive maneuvers, not evasive, switch
Switch,
position without the movement speed and double the cooldown. Like
and you
that, and
you
you
can
can't
control it.
control it as well.
Yeah,
You can't control it as well either. Like there's almost no control. This is bad. Don't take it.
yeah.
Um,
Next one.
Next one, keeping cool. This is finally a good module. This is
Yes,
actually a
finally.
really, really good module.
I'd say
This
if you
is
I'd say if you're going for a one-shot sniper build, you should pick this up. You should
you should pick this up on any class. This is really good on
yeah,
everyone because this not only gives you a massive. This not only like refreshes 75% of your shields. This also gives you a massive shield buff and it reduces weapon heat. It's like
yes,
it does everything you want. This gives you. This is so good. And it's also really spammable because active reloads are actually quite easy to chain. Like if you're experienced at certain weapons, you can spam active reloads over and over again, and this
yeah.
doesn't have an internal cooldown. This has no cooldown, and it'll keep working as long as you active reload. So if you get this on like Breacher with like a T8, wow, you can spam this over and over again. Get this on like
You win.
if you get this on
Congrats.
like this is extremely good. So
Yeah.
take this on everyone. This is one of the best modules in the game, I'd say.
Next one. Bloodborne. Let me
This
say
used to
about
be. I want to
this.
say one thing before you
Okay.
talk. One thing. This used to have no cooldown, by the way, like a year or two ago. This used to have literally no cooldown. Those were the glory days, but now that's over, and this is like okay now. Okay,
Yeah, I'd
talk.
say it's an overall. If you fund it in run, there's nothing better than this, and like it's like half of the modules. I'd say it's because it's like right in the middle. It's good to take it because this thing just can straight up heal you up if you're like if you take like a big hit, you can just get everything back. It's just good. You should.
Mm,
I was remember when
Yeah.
I was playing like Bloodborne, keeping cool, and it was a hell lot of fun because it was just funny.
Well, the only issue is that this is a 15-second cooldown.
Yeah,
So if you
if it
don't
was like
have a
seven,
weapon,
I would be so it's so much it would be so much
if
better.
you, if you don't have a weapon that can actually do a lot of damage quickly, like if you don't have like a high burst weapon, this is usually low value
Yeah.
because like low burst weapons can't use this well.
To be honest, dude, if you have like something that deals a big hit, it'll be the same.
Like
Like
if you have
it's
like a sniper rifle, this can
yes,
be really good because like you can get it to you can like proc the big heal really easily. But
yeah. I'd say it's overall a good module to have. They're
I'd say
not.
it's above average, but
Yes,
I
it's
wouldn't say
above
it's
average.
top tier. The cooldown's too high for me.
Yes, Kundal's definitely too high. If it was like 7 seconds or 8, it would be so much better. But right now it's above average.
Okay,
Next
so
one.
next module, Die Hard. This is one of the best modules in Hyper Adrenaline. This makes Sniper and Assassin have one of the easiest Hyper Adrenaline runs ever. Outside of those two classes, this is outside of Hyper Adrenaline. This is free elite damage, so it's like
Yeah.
never terrible to take.
And it also
And
gives you like a little bit of the damage cap, so it's not that bad either. At full HP.
This is also really good on Riot Guard if you get offered this because
Yeah.
Riot Guard can constantly regenerate back to full HP over and over again. And this gives him a damage cap, which lets him not get murdered by ion troopers and snipers.
Yes.
So this is actually like super good on Riot Guard. If you get offered this in Riot Guard, take it for sure. But on everything else, it's just free elite damage mod.
If you need it.
Unless you're in Hyper Adrenaline where it's like super broken Hyper Adrenaline. But
Okay, next one.
against the odds, this is actually okay
Yeah,
if you
it's just
find it in a
okay.
run. If you find this in a run where you have a lot of maximum HP, this can give you a crap ton more. But the other effect, like the heal 7% maximum health, that's usually not feasible in loop. So usually you can't really heal over 100 HP in one instance. So you can't really proc this in loop. This is only like super good in pre-loop. But taking 10% additional damage is usually not worth it to start with this.
Yeah, it's overall like an okay module to have.
If you like find it in game.
Yeah. Okay.
Commando.
Yes, these guys are
Okay,
really
and
simple.
let me pause. Okay, we're back. Say.
Okay, the weapons, okay. So commandos, they have really simple modules. All but three of their modules are fucking terrible.
Yes.
Okay? So let's start. Let's start. They have by far the worst variety
Yes,
of
yes,
any
I'm
class in the
agreed.
game,
It's
but
so bad.
let's now start with weapon drop. Okay, so this is terrible because of a couple of reasons. One, Raider already gets a weapon drop at 45 dog tags if you have his prestige. Yes, this is unlisted. Yes, the game does not tell you this, but yes, it exists. And two, so like if you're not playing heavy gunner, this is why this is not that good. If you haven't opened a weapon chest yet, the game will fucking hand out weapon chests like candy. Right? The game has a internal RNG checker, like it checks what your items are, what your inventory is, before, and then it determines what's going to drop for you, like what chest it's going to give you. So if you have like no weapons at all, the game is going to spam you with weapon chests over again. So it's like super fucking simple to just game the game's RNG. You can like easily game the RNG to get weapon drops over again. It's very rare that you can't do this. Sometimes the game just decides it's not going to let you game it, but it's like super rare for this to happen. So this is like extremely unwarranted. Like you don't need weapon drop whatsoever because getting your hands on a weapon is the easiest fucking thing in this game, like by far. And you can just game the game to give you good weapons if you know what you're doing. So don't take this. It's
And
so
it
unnecessary.
also one-time use module, and one-time use module is overall terrible.
Yeah, because it only helps you like once, and then it's like and then you just don't have a module slot for the rest of the game. Like you have a dead module for the rest of the game. So
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
very mediocre. Okay, so next module. This is routine, also known as the strongest module in the game by far.
Yes.
This thing is literally the strongest in the game. We've already spoken about mobility being extremely broken. This is the best mobility module in the game. There's no other module that gives you as much mobility as routine does. This is permanent, permanent massive. I think it's like 16% movement speed at
Yes.
base values.
At least, because you can like get the upgraded ones.
You
So
can start. You basically start the game like Raider starts the game at like 500 or 600 movement speed because of this. Heavy Gunner starts the game at 500 movement speed because of this. Uh, this is like, and
and
then you have
also,
armor.
let me finish. It also gives you armor pen, so it's good on every class. It's straight up movement speed upgrade and armor piercing. And to stack it, you can just like pick up the handgun that you started with and just shoot and activate reload. That's all. That's how easy it is to
Also, if
control.
you get a perfect reload, this gives you 2 stacks. So
Yes.
if you spam perfect reloads, you can get that faster. Armor pen fixes a lot of guns. Stuff like Bren becomes quite good with this. Like a lot of low pen guns, fusion guns get way better. Just generally speaking, this makes like shotguns super good. This makes fusion guns. So this makes like this
It's
fixes
just
so
good
many
on
guns.
everything. Just good on everything.
This is like by far the strongest module in the game. Routine is absolutely non-negotiable. Uh, this is probably like for commandos in general are an example of a class who the correct module setup really makes or breaks them. And routine is what you can't like run a commando without routine. It's like so much weaker. It's not even
Yes.
funny. They just dropped it being literally the worst class in the game. Don't take routine. It's not funny how bad they become if you don't take their best modules.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Charge.
this is broken as fuck on anyone that's not Raider.
Yes.
Um, don't listen to people saying this gives you more iframes and Raider charge. It doesn't. You guys are fucking seeing things. If you guys think that the buff you see on the top left of the screen, like the 2 second duration, that's not the iframes. That's the crit chance. Like this thing doesn't have an indicator for how long the iframes last. It only lasts as long as your dash does. There's like a bunch of people that keep saying that Vader gets extended iframes out of charge. No, he does not. That buff duration you see is crit chance. It's not the actual fucking iframes. So now we like covered that. Don't take this on Raider, please. You are actually trolling if you do. Uh,
Yes.
the second thing, this is super broken on Heavy Gunner because this effectively lets you start the game with a refractor crystal on your dash. You start the game with a 10-second cooldown refractor crystal. If I have to explain to you why this is fucking overpowered on a class that has the highest DPS in the game, like Heavy Gunner is literally the only thing Heavy Gunner has going for him is like does a shit ton of damage. You start the game with something that makes you invincible for 2 seconds.
Yes,
Use your
because
brain.
the heavy gun have 2 second dash.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it has a way longer dash duration. So use your brains and like try to like figure out why being invincible for 2 seconds on a class that can one shot literally any single mob in the game might be really fucking strong. This also addition gives you crit chance on the dash, so it's also good for DPS and boss fights and whatnot.
next one.
Overall, I'm gonna keep talking about charge because overall this
Fuck.
is broken in literally every class that's not Raider. If you get this offered to you when you're playing a different class, take it. There's nothing that can be better except for like unceasing or something.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Specialized ammo. This is also like this is a recurring trend, by the way, guys. You're gonna say this every single time except for like 2 more modules. This is terrible.
No.
Absolutely useless.
Specialist ammo is okay because it gives you the good crit damage boost.
Yeah, but like compared to other modules, that's not good.
Dude,
Like,
if you found it in
oh,
wrong, it can be good because it can just straight up make the classes that don't have damage, crit damage, good with crits.
yeah, but that's assuming you need crit damage in the first place because you can just spam upgrade kits to get damage anyway.
Yeah, but it's like it's
Like
not
any
that
any
bad.
any weapon will get to a point eventually where they'll do enough damage.
Yeah.
Like more raw damage is fucking useless. Like who cares? Who gives a shit? You're gonna have your weapon one shot everything by a certain point anyway.
And also, it's quite good because it can give you the custom ammo, and it can be good, you know.
It does not care what your weapons are. Like it's not
Yes,
guaranteed to give
but
you.
you can find something that you need.
You are overselling way
No,
too
dude,
much.
it's okay. It's not
It's not
good.
okay. It's bad. You
No,
can't call this okay.
it's
This is
okay.
not average. This is bad. This is below average.
Okay,
Okay.
it's below average, but it's not like terrible. It's just below average, I'd say.
Okay. Next one. Um, drone mod. Don't take this. This
Nah,
thing.
it's useless.
It's so bad.
But
Um,
the one thing I can say about this, if you kill an enemy in a crowd, like one enemy, and this enemy drops pickup and John flies towards it, you can sit behind the cover and wait until the drone kills something. That's how like, and
so
it will take like forever for him to kill something. So it's
yeah, and also guys, don't take this if this is upgraded because this thing will go like 3K range and it'll just aggro everything off screen. And you'll just like play fucking. You'll like play some weird mode where everything knows where you are before you even shoot them. So don't touch this if it's high
also dude.
upgraded, please.
One more thing. Sometimes in games, I noticed the drone
Yeah, yeah.
shoots.
Commando drone can shoot even if you don't have them.
Is it no? I'd say it's all drones.
I don't think it's all drone.
No, dude, I noticed that my like
Yeah,
assassin.
sometimes you get like a laser beam. Sometimes
Yes,
like there's like a
and they
laser
damage
beam.
something. It's like I don't know why, but this happens.
I have. It's like I think it's like some bug or something, some glitch.
Probably,
I'm gonna say it's like engine issue. I don't fucking know why that
probably
happens.
an engine issue.
Okay. So next thing, field rations. Let's see. This is like field. This is like recovery, where this used to be good, but now it's bad because they changed it so the healing checks loop debuff. So this does not give you flat healing anymore. Although that was literally the only thing that was good about this, and now that's been removed. This has like barely anything.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just useless now.
it's more or less just terrible now. Just don't take this, please.
Next one.
Press the attack. This is actually like a not terrible module. This is worse than
Push
this is
forward.
strictly worse than push forward, but still a pretty decent like it's pretty decent on its own. This
I'd
is
say it's super good on the rogues.
yeah, it's very good on the rogues, and also I think it's just a good module in general. I don't think it's worth ever taking this on the commandos because you have routine for mobility, and the secondary module you can take on them is really
Madness mostly
fucking
because
broken.
madness is
Yeah,
trash. I'd say
wait,
that I'd pick I just fucking love madness. It's so good.
it's just this
Okay,
is good,
we'll
but
come to
not worth
this.
it.
Next one
Okay,
on the edge.
next one on the edge. This is another mediocre module. 15% crit chance below 35% HP.
It's
Can I
useless.
just tell you how? Can I tell you how useless that is? If you're
Yeah.
below 35% HP, you have a lot more to worry about than 15% crit chance. That's like
I'd
you are
say
very much.
I'd say this module can like, oh fuck, I'm dying, please don't die. Can like sometimes save
No,
you. No,
No.
like pre-loop. Like
Okay, like how many runs are you gonna play before this saves you?
like
1,000?
it's not good, but it can like keep your HP like full. That's all that the system do that.
And
Pre-loop,
the other effect, 50 health regen over 85% health.
it's
Uh,
bad. It's bad loop.
it's not that good because even pre-loop, a lot of enemies can do more than 15% of your HP in one
Yeah.
hit. Like a shotgunner can do way more than that. If you're playing on high difficulty, hardcore bleed can easily drop you below that percentage. Uh, just generally speaking, a lot of enemies can hit you so hard that this doesn't do anything. Like the health regen never procs because enemies hit you way below 85. And this isn't even pre-loop, by the way.
Yes.
This is like useless post-loop. So
It's overall a bit module. I was playing fucking on the Age like Madness or something most of the time with Raider. That's why I didn't like him.
and then you're like,
I
why
wonder
is Raider
why.
bad?
Yeah.
Why is Raider bad? Hmm.
Nah, Raider was bad like previously without the fucking tech shield.
Yeah, whatever. Pack a punch.
It's bad.
This is better than it sounds because you can force weapon shops in this game by not picking up weapon chests. Like it's not guaranteed to get the weapon shop, but if you don't open up any weapon chests and you don't get any weapon drops from like shrines or random chance chests, yes, these count. No, do not take them while you're doing this. Then you can like you have like an 80% chance to get a weapon shop at floor 4. This is bugged in co-op. I don't think the chances are as high in co-op, but it's definitely like very high in solo. And you can basically just get a weapon shop with like a token that weapon, and you can just pick whatever weapon you want to proc this on. But overall, this is not good because
One time use.
yeah, one-time use is just like if you get this in game before you, if you're doing like the weapon shop strat and you get this like before floor 4, this is worth picking up in that scenario because whatever weapon you get is going to be like super strong. But do not start with this; it's fucking terrible to start with.
Next one.
Oh, Brett, this is
Trash.
this is the worst. I think this is the worst module in the game.
Yeah.
It takes 10 years to fully stack this. Any shots you fire instantly reset it, and the effects are not even that strong for like a single shot. Like the effects it gives you would like insensitize you to fire full auto, but you can only shoot one shot with this. So why is it giving deviation? Why is it giving recoil on one shot? Like recoil's meaningless on one shot. Why?
I have no idea.
Like tap firing a gun can keep it from like tap firing anything can keep them from having any recoil whatsoever. So
I'd say
what's
if you like just when you stay still, it if it gave it like when you stay still, it would be good.
this is basically just like the most outdated module in the game, I think. I
Yes.
don't think there's any other module that's more outdated than this. If you guys weren't aware, these modules were made like 2 years ago
At
at,
least.
at like the launch of this game, and this was before there were 8 classes. There used to be only 4 classes,
Yes. That's why it's
and
called Guardian, Rogue,
yeah.
yeah, Commando and
Those are the
Railgun.
old names. Those were the old names for those
Yes.
classes. If you're wondering why there's like so many trash modules that seem like why is this in the game, it's probably because it's heavily outdated and hasn't been updated since. Now, why these modules aren't getting reworks is a good question. I can't answer that. Probably because the devs don't really want to put that much work into the
No,
game
because
anymore.
they're working on the S2.
Yeah, they're working on S2, so they don't want like do like a massive like update of all modules because that would take a lot of rebalancing and a lot of fucking brain power to
And time
really.
and resources. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah. So pretty much, I'm guessing we're going to be stuck with these like super outdated modules until the game's end. Like cycle.
until the like 2026 and the final update, I think
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but
probably.
basically, if you're like again, if you're wondering why there's like trash modules, probably because it's outdated. It was made 2 years ago before the devs knew what was good in this game.
They still don't know what is good in this game, to be honest.
They know mostly. They have some strange ideas, but they know mostly. Just trust me on that.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Strike's balance isn't that bad, dude. It's not that bad.
Plasma isn't bad.
You can make fun of him because he doesn't like listening to you, but he's not that terrible. Okay.
Okay, dude. Okay,
Okay.
I'm not
Madness. This is
good.
extremely fucking broken. This
Yes,
gives you like every 3 bosses, you're at max credits more.
at least,
So if you don't,
at least, at
yeah, if
least.
you don't, um, So the accuracy penalty, guys, please stop acting like the accuracy penalty does anything. Like maybe if you're using damnation, you could feel it if you're using something as fucking terrible as inaccuracy as damnation or like AMD. But if you're using something that's not literally damnation, you will not feel the accuracy whatsoever. Especially since you're playing the two classes with road flare, which gives you a sniper laser sight for its duration. So why are you whining about accuracy issues when you have like a fucking 30% accuracy boost?
At least.
Like
It's this is permanent credit bonus, like the pickup.
this is massive. Also, if you have this maxed out when you get the Raiders 60 dog tags, this affects that credit gain when you get 60 dog tags. You can get like 4K credits off that.
Because why
Something
not?
stupid.
It also increases the uh like the
I
chest
don't think
drawn.
it touches your cycle effect,
Yeah,
but
no, it's affects the chest drawn money.
the chest. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that thing's yeah. The escape drone.
yeah. I don't know how does it
I have
work.
no idea what it's called. I think it's like treasure Roomba or something like
Yeah,
treasure.
I don't want to
Whatever
kill
it is.
Roomba, but I want treasures. Poor Roomba.
Uh, but yeah, this is like really fucking good. Take this on Raider always. Routine plus madness should be your go-to on Raider. Uh, on heavy gunner, it should be routine plus charge. Those are
Yes.
the two most optimal setups. I wouldn't say try to like use something else because every other module.
Wait, what the fuck,
Yeah, you have madness. You have
bruh?
routine.
I'm
Where's your
stupid.
routine? Fuck it. Why do you have? Okay,
This is fixed. Calm down.
okay. Get that heresy out of my sight.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So
Scarred.
scarred. This is useless on heavy gunner because if you weren't aware, whenever heavy gunner shoots, he gets shields, so this turns it off
No,
instantly.
whenever he hits a target.
Well, yeah, whenever. Well, it's the same thing.
No, it's not, because you can just. Otherwise, you could spam a fucking LMG on
Okay,
the wall.
okay.
You're wrong.
Whatever. Shut your fuck up. Basically, this is useless on heavy gunner.
Uh,
Even though it sounds like it's really good on heavy gunner, it's like fucking useless on them. On Raider, you don't really have any healing effects to abuse this with. Like if your shields are down as Raider, you should be in cover, not trying to fight, because trying to fight with no shield as Raider is how you kill yourself.
Dude, you're wrong. When I play Raider, I straight up go in the battle without a shield, so Doctor can fully recharge the shield.
Yeah, and then you take like half your HP damage and you don't get dog tag.
Whatever. Nah, it's card is overall like fucking useless. Like I'd
Yeah,
say,
this is bad. This is like only good on other classes. This is good on like Riot Guard. This is
yes,
good
it's
on
only good on
Assassin.
the right card. I'd say it's
This
only
is
good.
good on Assassin. This is good on Assassin.
Oh yeah, and
Because like
also.
massive healing bonuses. Assassin the shit shield. But otherwise, this is like useless. Because Raider has no healing. Like, oh my god, knife healing. Wow, you're boosting knife healing. Oh my god.
Wow, it's so
Amazing.
good. Great job. Fucking useless.
So yeah, don't take this on Commando space. Okay, take cover. This is like the second most useless module in the game.
Yeah, it's
We've already covered why going
yes.
next to cover is bad. You can kill yourself off collision because they get you stuck. They aren't very strong in general, and they're usually not. Now, this is okay. This is better than the Guardian one because it gives you 50 shields.
Yeah,
So at
this
least
is
it does
something.
something that's useful. At least it does something useful. Like
Yeah.
if you're offered this and everything else is trash, you might want to consider like
I
taking
don't know,
it
like
for the
drawn module and pack a punch when you like in loop or something.
yeah.
Then probably it's fine to
At
do.
least it gives shields. So at least it's like a
Yeah,
pity.
this
At
is
least
something.
you get like pity shields.
Yeah. Okay, next one, killer.
This one is again it's pretty bad
Yeah,
because
it's bad.
15% is not that impactful. Finding damage power-ups is pretty decent, but power-ups don't really drop consistently enough
If
for
you're not
this to be
playing
like
with M32, it's useless.
yeah. And even with MV32, like the headshot damage is also useless
I
on
mean, like
the
if
power.
like the damage
Yeah,
power
the
is broken.
backpack, yeah, I know. Okay, so drill. This is okay, guys. This is kind of dog shit because any you can't use this with automatic weapons. Like it's impossible to use this with automatic weapons unless you're trying to boss fight. But like both classes, both heavy gunner and raider, already one-shot bosses. So why the fuck are you taking it like a module that's only good for boss fights? Like no, please don't
That's
take this.
bad.
This
That's
is
overall like it's never worth picking like on anything. I'd say like no
Like
one
if
needs
you
it.
if you're using an automatic weapon, in which automatic weapons are literally the best weapons in the game, this is not usable because missing even one shot, and automatic weapons tend to have very bad deviation if you go full auto with them. Missing one shot halves everything. Like it's so bad. And the effects aren't that strong to begin with, so yeah.
It's like only good like for fire rate, and fire rate like can overheat you. So kind of meh.
Yeah. Okay, next class.
Specialist.
Okay, so these guys they're like commandos where they have a lot of like outdated or shit modules, but they have some very strong modules to make up for it.
Okay, let's start with
So
the status extender.
this used to be bugged and it stopped all dot damage no matter what your HP was. This was actually super good back then, but now it's no longer like that. It's only good for stopping bleed or like fire dot when you're low HP, or like I don't know. It's good for like stopping dots before you're low HP, but
I'd say it's good
dot
in loop if you're like getting dotted a lot.
dots can't kill you. I don't think any dots can kill you
No,
anymore. I don't think
fire can
even
kill you, and I think
bleed can't kill you anymore. I
okay.
don't think so.
No, I don't remember actually.
I've bled to 1 HP multiple times.
Okay,
I'm sure.
I did it also, so I have like
I'm sure it should have killed me if it was not like
yeah.
if it could kill me. It probably
Yeah, but it's only good versus fire. But if you get hit by a flamethrower, you're probably just dead because you're like
yeah, like flamethrowers do a shit ton of upfront damage too. So if you're getting hit by flamethrowers, you're exploding already. So this
yeah.
is not going to like save you that much. Okay, Forge by Fire. This was bugged since forever and did almost nothing. Like it literally did nothing since forever. And right now it's not good because even when it does something, this is like so fucking terrible. Like the first off, this does not give you flat like 10% to 30%. It goes up to that. Like if you
Yes.
get like it only gives you the full amount at like I think like 80% heat or something, like super high heat levels. And at super high heat levels, you don't need more fire rate. You can't shoot the gun fast because heat overrides fire rate. Like heat heavily nerfs fire rate. It's impossible to actually shoot guns like super fast at high heat level unless they're overclocked or they have a built-in overclocked effect. So
Yes.
this is kind of useless because it literally does not synergize with the scenario you're supposed to use it in. Crit strike and fire rate are not useful at high heat because at high heat you should stop shooting.
Next one. Grenadier.
Grenadier. Only good on demo. I don't like it even on demo myself, but like you
You're
can take
bad.
this if
Dude,
you
I'd say this is like if you have like low damage explosive, you can proc the damage boost and just like
yeah,
move the boss.
but you could take overdrive instead and be fast as fuck and have a low cooldowns.
And kill yourself, so no.
Yeah, but I'm not bad. I don't kill myself. I'm not
I
like
mean
you.
like
Like I don't.
mostly the Grenadier just saves your ass from upon yourself. And
It doesn't save your HP though. It gives you your shield, but still does HP damage. Like if you
yes,
have no
but dude,
shields.
mostly like at least like pre-loop like situation, this like doesn't like you don't care about explosions. Yeah, in loop you can like hit yourself, but
In Merc, you have a damage cap, so it
yeah.
can't really kill you even. But I don't know. This is like super overrated in my opinion. It's only good in co-op in my opinion, because like
I'd say
like
it's fine on demo. I use it on demo because it's like it just does the work, so it's good.
so it's okay, but it's not like super amazing. It's only good in co-op, but even in co-op, I think giving your partner unceasing is
Yeah,
better than giving them
yeah,
Grenadier.
yeah. Like if you're like playing like double demo or like demo engineer, then like someone should have it seasoned by now. So
Maybe then Grenadier is useful. But
yeah,
like if you're playing with like if you're playing like a breacher and you give him Grenadier instead of fucking unceasing, you're trolling.
yeah. Like but dude, do you actually troll him? Because you'll blow him up all the time.
Just
So
don't blow him up. Lol.
oh yeah, just don't get hit, dude. Yeah, nice, nice.
Just aim better. Okay,
Okay.
next module. Chromatic Alloy. This is okay, decent defensive module, but it's bad. Like it's not bad, but it's not amazing for the same reason Iframe is not amazing. You need to take damage to proc it, and it won't help you on the damage you get hit by.
Dude,
And
it's over
armor,
50 damage first. Second, it's a 20-second cooldown, so that's why it's dog shit.
yeah, yeah, and furthermore, armor is not particularly impressive because enemies can armor Like this, that won't save you against stuff like ions or snipers, and those enemies have some of the highest damage output in the game. So if you want a defensive module, you would probably want it against the enemies with the highest damage output in the game, which it does not work against. So it's kind of weird. Just generally not that good.
Yes. Next one.
This is fucking. It's okay.
Dude, no.
It's okay to get in the middle of a game. I don't. Why? Like weapon upgrade shops are so useless. Why would you touch them?
Yeah, it's like, dude,
Don't
this thing
touch
is
weapon
only good
upgrade
if you're going for like pistol only run. That's all.
Even then, you can like unlock it from research.
Yeah, but dude, I mean like, it's
God.
only good if you're going for like pistol only, and you need some like damage because you're like you're playing pistol only. Like, come on.
How much of a bitch can you be if you're doing pistol only run and you have to fucking roll for a divine weapon to like win?
No, I mean
Come on,
like,
that'll be
no. I'm just telling about the shops.
okay. But basically, oh yeah, this can be decent in shops because you can upgrade it for
Yeah,
free.
I'm
But
talking about shops, not fucking
yeah, but the variant thing is also kind of annoying. Like, what if you
Yes,
start, you take this and you get like an overclocked pistol? Like,
bruh,
okay,
restart. Sorry, game.
okay.
Next one.
Okay, next on multiply. Okay, ammo regeneration is not particularly amazing on these two classes. Demolitioner has none of it. Engineer only has out of combat,
Yeah,
but
it
out
just
of
gives you
combat
straight up
ammo.
ammo region. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, but fucking dude, picking up ammo
Dude, it's
like that. It's not that good if in
nah,
that
it's good
situation.
because it just straight up like fixes the ammo issue most of the time. If you like, if the weapon is like,
You have field supply.
yeah, but on the other classes, I mean,
On the other classes, sure, but on these two classes, it's fucking meaningless because you already have field supply. Like ammo regen is not that great on these two classes because you're usually not using massive mag size weapons anyways.
yeah, but
And
it's
engineer like out of combat ammo regen is like super fucking mediocre.
yeah,
So
it's
you
just
got
I don't
engineer.
think you even need this. It's dude, I'd
So
say it's mediocre overall. Like if you
yeah.
found it and there's like nothing better, like and you find like a weapon deal and like forged by fire, I think you should take this because it'll just like make your life easier without like shitting on you.
So, does this reset your heat when you pick up an ammo like it does on heavy gunner?
I don't think it does. No, it does not.
Because that's like what makes it good on heavy gunner. Because whenever you pick up ammo on heavy gunner, you completely reset your heat,
Because
so you can
you
use that
get
like.
the regeneration boost, and the regeneration boost fully resets the heat. And this thing doesn't give you regeneration like boosting. You just straight up activates itself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's shit. It's
Nah,
fucking
it's
bad then.
dude, it's below average, but it's like you can pick this for like ammo regen. That's all it's good at.
Okay, so next inner fire. This is basically a crutch. This is like overdose if it was a module.
Yes,
um. Okay, so 20 health regen. That's like okay. That's not like. It's not good for
I
its
remember when it was good. Like it would just give you like 14 HP regen without the drawback. That's all it was.
like basically getting 25 higher weapon heat, like you can just you can, if you're not paying attention to this, you can just overheat off of this really easily. And setting your shield to half strength is like you're liable to lose more HP from losing half your shields than you are to gain from the health regen. So
Yeah.
uh it's not good. It's a crutch. It's overdose. If you shit at engineer, if you're like playing him for the first time, you can't play him that well because no one can play engineer that well when they first play him. You can use this as a crutch, but it's
I'd
okay.
say like if it were like it was before, when I just gave you like health regen and battle, then it would be fine because it would be just an overall good mod.
It still wouldn't be good enough to pick, but like
Yeah,
at the
but like
start of
if
a game, but
it's
it would be good like in the middle of a game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's never worth picking it.
Okay, so
Next
next
focus.
one, focus. The issue with this is that the duration is too low.
Yes.
If you guys aren't aware, the way item cooldown speed works is that it doesn't manipulate the cooldown of the item directly. What it does is makes time tick faster for the item. Um, Unfortunately, because of this low duration, focus is kind of useless at base values. If you get a high rolled focus, you can get really good cooldown out of it, but base value focus does barely.
Uh,
30%
dude,
improved recoil.
sorry, I'm sorry. My tier like 2 focus right now has like 130 for 2 seconds cooldown. So
Like, but in game, if you get like a 300%,
oh
this can go over to like 300% cooldown speed or
yeah,
something silly,
but
which
it's
is
still
like
like it's still mediocre at best. The cooldown should be at least like 5 seconds, and the reload should be 2.
if you get 300%, it's not mediocre because you can straight up reset your cooldowns with this at 300%.
Yeah,
But
but
outside of 300%, it's like average,
at
below
best,
average.
I say it's
It's pretty
average at
mediocre.
best. Okay, let's go to the next one.
This is a very outdated
Useless. I'd say
module, and
it's
it's trash in my opinion.
yeah,
This gives you
same.
like 250 HP, I
No,
think,
it's 200.
200 HP, and then guys, okay. There's so many reasons the second effect is bad. One, you aren't guaranteed to get this to proc when you have items that are like cooling down, like useful items. Like if you like proc like a fucking like shurikens or kunai, and those are the only things you proc. Those are the only things that are on cooldown. Wow, you got a 2% chance proc on just one item. Congrats, very useful.
Okay, a question.
Um,
Does this proc with the power shot?
no idea. I haven't used this power
Same,
shot.
because if it
It
like
probably should, but I don't think it.
I think it should. I think it will work.
If it works with power shot, maybe it's worth it. But outside of power shot usage, like you have to use an item 100 times to get 2 procs of this.
Yeah.
Guys, how many runs are you gonna play where this actually gives you an impact? Like how many runs are you gonna play with this thing resets 6 items that are like actually like super useful? Not very many. You can play like thousands of runs and get maybe like 3 of those runs at best. So this is just it.
It's
I,
not worth to play around this because 200 HP
you
never worth
can't
it.
play around it. You can't play around. It's too like the chance
Yes,
is
but
too minuscule to ever play
that's
around.
what I'm saying. It's not worth playing around because like the impact is never like there, and the HP gain is just not worth it. That's all. Let's
Like
move on.
yeah, it's basically a dead module half the time. Like sometimes it procs when you have only one item on cooldown. It's like oh my god, so useful. Wow.
Okay, let's go to the next one because
Overdrive. I think this is the second best module in here. This thing is really good. 35%. This is the same cooldown mechanic as focus, but heat tends to last longer than 2 seconds unless you have some way to reset your heat. So
okay, I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna give it a try next time.
this does tend to have like more impact than focus on your cooldowns. Ejecting your weapons faster is straight up a DPS increase if you can hit active reloads. This is very much a DPS increase because you mag dump and then you're at high heat and then you reload. You have faster ejection times and you just have you have better DPS overall. You can clear rooms faster. You're less vulnerable. You spend less time reloading, so there's less time enemies can walk up and shoot you for free, and you can just play faster with this. And 30. And in addition to playing faster, you get 30 movement speed, and
Yeah.
this is really good in both classes because on engineer it brings you to 424 movement speed, which lets you actually abuse. Actually, no, it brings you to 410 movement speed, I believe. I don't remember the
I
exact,
have no
but
idea.
it brings you to enough movement speed to abuse movement speed against enemies and actually start strafing things correctly. Like you can start actually like abusing movement speed, and abusing movement speed is by far the best. It's by far the best mechanic in the game if you can
Okay,
use it
I'm gonna
correctly.
give this module a try next time I play demo.
And also demo starts with high movement speed, so this gives them like 460 or 450 movement speed when you
Okay,
start the game with them,
yes. Okay,
and that's really good.
let's go to the next module.
Elemental power. This is mediocrity incarnate.
Yes.
It doesn't affect stuns, so like the only effect that would be actually quite strong with it
Slow
doesn't
poison,
work.
fire, or bleed. Radiation deals more damage, but radiation is only like proc by one item and overall useless.
You have the chance that I don't know, like these two classes can't really play around this that effective. This would be like okay on I'm not sure. This would be okay on assassin maybe if you're going like
Nah,
some
dude,
meme
it's
proc
good
assassin
on
build.
like on dot builds, but dot builds not good enough.
Like dot builds aren't like relevant most of the
Yes,
time. Like,
that's
okay, so next one calculated.
trash. I'd say it's
This
trash.
still makes you take HP damage, so if you try to use this in loop, you'll kill yourself literally. Um, Otherwise, I don't think this is good because taking 15% more damage under 50 heat is bad because that can lead to you getting one shot. And if you're dealing more damage or you're in high heat, is again, like we said with Forged by Fire, meaningless because at higher heat levels you do less DPS. So it's like, what's the point? Like you can't take advantage of this well at high heat levels. Like you go up to 70% heat and you're about to stop shooting. Like you can't actually use this at high heat levels because you're like if you're at high heat, you need to stop shooting. So
I'd say
what's the
it's
point?
trash module because it doesn't work like good at all. Because you most of the time you'll try to be under 50
It's
heat.
there's one time where it's good. Heavy gunner with overheat. Heavy gunner or raider with overheat builds because this lets you can they can
Overheat
dodge.
builds not that good at all.
I know, but on them you can dodge the health damage and then you
Yeah.
keep your shields. So like this removes
Okay,
the biggest
but
weakness.
like okay, tell me, out of like 10
I don't
rounds,
think it's a good module. Like mind you, I don't think it's a good module,
like
but I'm just saying
just tell me how like much out of 10 rounds overheat builds will be viable.
unless you're tokening Mag 47, not many.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm just saying, like it's not a good module, but there is at least like one scenario
Yes.
where it's worth considering.
Okay, next
Like
one, transmutate.
most overrated module I've ever seen. You see,
Fuck you, you're wrong. Let me say things now. I play with
this is
this on my NG, and I get drawn on high command like for like first item. So you're
okay.
wrong.
Shut
You're
the fuck
wrong,
up!
dude.
Oh my god, stop! No,
No,
that's like
it's overall.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're
Yes,
doing, but stop. My
I'm
head
miming
is
it, but
hurting.
calm down. Overall, it's good on NG because he'll recycle a shit ton of items and get more cash out
And
of it.
even then, it's not like actually optimal because this is a dead slot
I'd
effectively.
say it's okay
It's
on.
it's a win more item. Like if you're getting good RNG, this can help you get even better
I
RNG.
am getting good RNG, so that's why good on
But
me.
like but the issue is if you're getting good RNG, you don't want anyways. Like if you got good RNG, well congrats, you got good RNG, you're winning. Like why do you need to win more? Like that's pointless.
No, you're wrong. Winning more is better than not winning.
But you're already winning.
Yes, I wanna win more. That's how
So
loop
like it
works.
does nothing for you when you have bad RNG because like what's the chances of you getting shit RNG, recycling
Dude,
something and then getting a
just
good item?
play NG without shooting guns. That's how easy it is.
I mean, just don't, please. Like overdrive exists, guys. Let me like. I'm sorry to like shatter your like weird obsession with this fucking item. Like this, like people obsess over this module
Yes,
so much, but
yes, they do. But dude, it's funny when it procs one time, but otherwise it's useless because it just gives you bonus recycle boost. And I'm okay with recycle boost because
like that's more credit gain, I
yes,
guess. But like engineer already has good credit gain because you can like keep spawning items over and over again. So it's
yes, dude,
like
and maybe
sure,
it's
like
even more credit gain. That's why I think it's like
yeah, but
it's
the issue
viable
is
on
that the issue is
NG. That's all.
yeah, but then you like hit 999 credits and it's useless, and you don't get a weapon. You don't get an item shop for like 10 floors.
Then
Like,
it's you're being bad. Just RNG better, you fucking retard. That's all.
just this is literally definition of a win more item. Wow, if you get good RNG, it's good. But like, if you get good RNG, why do you need something to help you? Like, you've already won the
Dude, I
game,
think
basically.
it's overall a okay mediocre module to have.
Yeah,
And
it makes an inconsistent class even more
dude, no,
inconsistent.
I'd
Like,
say it's fun to use because it feels you.
it is fun. It is
Dude,
fun.
I mean,
Gambling is fun.
it's
Yes.
feels you so much. It feels so much better when you like have it to proc, than like
Yeah, get a good proc, but like
yeah.
if we're talking just objective strength, it's
It's
that
not good.
class.
It's not good. Overdrive is better, but it's not funner than transmutate.
Yeah.
Next
Next
one.
one I'm seeing. This is literally okay. This or routine is the best module in the game. There is no other module that can be put on this thing's level except for routine.
Evasive maneuver,
This,
I think, maybe.
what?
Evasive maneuver?
No,
No.
no,
Fuck
no,
you.
no fucking say Chanzu. Please, dear God.
Dude, okay.
This
Dash,
is
like
the
on
most.
charge is also good because it just straight up frames.
What? Oh yeah, charge. Okay, I guess you can say charge. Yeah, charge is definitely like yeah, charge is definitely on this thing's level. But basically, this is the most overloaded module in the game. It gives you like 5 different effects. This thing is Really fucking silly.
Yes.
Okay, so increase heat generation by 35%. Not a big deal because it gives you more heat reduction than it does give you generation. It just requires you to remember to dash correctly. Like you actually have
Yes.
to dash like properly with this.
You just need to get good.
Yeah, you just need to like remember to press your dash button
Yes.
basically. Um, and having more heat generation can give you some unique. It can give you a unique application because with divine weapons or low ammo economy weapons like Nolnir, if you get heat printer with this, you have infinite ammo effectively. So it's a positive to consider because if you have unseizing and you get heat printer, any weapon can have infinite ammo. You can like spam Nolnir for days. You can have like a divine Nolnir, and it's just never run out of ammo with this and heat printers. So that is a consideration, I suppose. But other than that, like just read the effects. It gives you fucking
If you want. Like, it's just if you
it,
want.
it gives you more shield refreshes than shielded. It gives you dash cooldown, so you have you have as much mobility as routine because dash cooldown is fucking broken mechanic, and it gives you 5 dodge chance just randomly on top of all of that.
Because why
Like,
not, dude? Just make an ice, like, and topping on a cake. Because, like, why
yeah,
not?
just make the most overloaded module in the game by far. Like, this is
Yes.
by far like if you get this offered to you, always take it. Always take this. Only routine and charge can contest this thing and
I
like
think, like,
power.
charge might be better in some scenarios than unseasoned.
On Breacher, I don't know. It's
Yes.
like so like hard to say, like
I'd say on Breacher. Oh, fuck. I actually don't know. Because, like, on Breacher.
because like dashing more is also super
Yeah,
broken.
dude. Fuck. It's like, I'd say it's on the same level
It's,
than charge. I'd say it's on the same level.
yeah, overall, but like dashing more is broken. Getting refreshes on your shields is broken. This thing is max shields, and this thing can go up to like 40 or 50% refresh. Like it's fucking silly.
Yes.
This is silly on Raider. This is silly on Heavy Gunner. Oh my god,
Oh,
this is
yeah, yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
Heavy Gunner.
Okay,
You can just be
dude.
invincible all the time.
Stop licking this module's boss. Let's go to the next one.
Because people are retarded and they don't take this thing and think unceasing is not like the best module in the game. And I have
Dude,
to say,
we
like,
both know
why?
that the people are retarded, because I know you're retarded, and you know that I'm retarded, so fuck off and let's go
Okay,
on.
okay. So, Sunrising. This is the like this
Mediocre.
is
I'd say it's mediocre at best.
it's useless. It's fucking terrible. Just don't like, please. I'm not going to explain. Like, it's just why? Increases burn dot damage. Does this increase overheat or burn dot damage?
I think it increases overheat damage.
Oh, dude. If it's
Oh,
overheat
yeah.
damage, this is fucking terrible.
I think it does increase overheat damage.
It has to increase burn dot. It
No,
has to
dude.
increase.
I think it
There's
increases
no
overheat
way.
damage. I legit
There's
think
no way
it's.
it's not burn dot.
Dude, it's increased overheat damage. I'm telling you.
Can't be overheat damage, dude. It's so trash.
Yeah, so I forgot how bad this thing was.
Okay, so it's like one full HP heal and some crit damage. Wow, fucking amazing.
Useless, actually. It's even worse
It's bad.
than the specialized like ammo pack, because it just you need to stack the crit damage bonus, and the crit
Yeah,
damage
it's
bonus isn't even that good.
yeah, it's bad. The
It's
crit
bad.
damage again. Crit damage is not that important unless you're like using a K7 and having
Yeah.
like 125% plus crit damage. Like it's not that good. Force Unleash. This is actually not terrible because it gives you missing health healing on pick power ups, which is
Quite
it
good.
can give you sustain loop. It can give you sustain loop. This is
Yes.
worth picking up in game. Otherwise, extra power up duration is also pretty okay. Like speed power ups or damage power ups can be pretty high impact. Credit power ups can also be very high impact if you can get enough kills with them.
I'd say it's good on the orange classes to pick, cause like at least on demo, cause demo have M32 and it increases power up
Yeah,
drops. But I don't think it's better than a seasonal or overdrive.
yeah. This is okay. I would pick this in game for sure because missing health healing, percentage healing in general is quite powerful.
Yes. So that's all. Yep. Say goodbye to my viewers.
Goodbye. We might do like class overview later,
Yes,
but
probably.
that's gonna be like 10 times more cancer than anything else we've
Yes,
done.
yes,
So
because we're gonna debate so hard, because like personal
because me and
preference is a big one.
Alec have some disagreements.
Yes. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching, and you subscribe and like, and also go into the Will's channel.
I hope a lot of people didn't get like their fucking their egos bruised. Like we probably hurt some people's
Of
feelings
course we
telling them
did it. Of course we
transmutate's
did, dude. That's how it works.
They're gonna see transmutate bad. Oh my god! Everything this video said was wrong. Everything they said is now incorrect.
Dude,
I'm done with this.
Look at me. I'm playing fucking Transmutate first module on fucking Engineer.
Yes, guys, we are transmutate stands, guys. We love transmutate. We will suck this dick. Please subscribe.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, bye everyone, and thank you for watching.